are we up to today? Well, we are dealing with pallets.
Slate.
And more pallets. And why do we need so many pallets? Because Frank found another gold mine in antique slate that will go on Miss Mooreland. We are using our half sheets of plywood that we found and we are using these to build slate pallets. Kind of like these are over here, where they have something to lean against and hold them in place in an upright position so they don't hold water. So it's kind of what we're up to today. You can see Frank's got it pretty well. How many slates are we up to, Frank? How many are we getting on Monday?
3,000.
3,000.
Well, this total is 3,000, and they're out of the William Towered Haft house in Cincinnati.
Yeah. So
they're kind of
historical.
Yeah, they're historical, going on our historical house.
We were able to secure some free pallets. This one we're just going to leave nice and long, and it's built out of 2x4s and whatever. So this one is just going to stay here and catch all the ones that don't fit over on these. We're getting so we don't have to keep going back up, because where we have to get them is kind of a tight squeeze. So we are going to get a U-Haul truck and go get them. And it will save time, save energy, because if we put them on pallets when we put them in the truck, good old Bertha, she'll take them off and put them where we want them. So that is what we're up to. Gotta go help. Sometimes the finds we get create a lot of work for the short period of time. We have to store them the correct way. You don't want to store, I know we have a couple of small stacks where they're flat like that, but you really don't want to store them that way. You want to store them on the edge, because they can hold water that gets down in there, and then it kind of rots them like it does up on the roof. So that's what we're trying to avoid. What do you think, pretty girl? Is he doing okay? Yeah? Okay. Yeah, you're keeping an eye on him. You're keeping an eye on Frank? Yeah. Somebody needs to, huh, pretty girl? Yeah. You're a good girl, kitten. Oh, bless you. As you can see, we got all the slate off the trailer and stacked, and it's for being antique slate, it's in really good condition. But Monday we'll have the U-Haul truck plus this trailer, and we should be able to get all of our stuff ready. And as you can see, Frank is getting all the sidewalls and the supports to go on each of the pallets, and they'll end up looking a lot like these over here, like I stated before. And then Bertha will do her job lifting them down.
You only have to load once.
Yes, loading once. We decided, instead of making 3 or 4 trips up there and getting about 500 slates at a time because that's all the trailer can and the car can haul. We figured this would be the best way. Time, money.
We don't know when the big truck's getting out of the shop.
Yeah, our diesel truck is in the shop. It's been there for a while. So doing what we have to do to get stuff done before Frank has to fly away.
I'll fly away.
Yep. But we are making progress. It's always nice when we get to the spot where we need the supplies that we have the supplies on hand so that we can just continue working.
Have you told them that I think this is the last, I mean, once we get it all here, I don't think we have to get any more slate. It's enough to do the house.
Right, now these are bigger than what we have on the house right now. These are, what size are these?
12 by 24.
12 by 24. What are those? Are those 12?
Those are 12 by 24 as well.
Okay, the ones we got off the barn.
Probably enough 12 by 24s to just, if we decided to go 12 by 24 over the entire house.
Yeah.
I don't know how much it would change the look, so.
Yeah. That's okay. We've got plenty of limestone now, and we should have enough slate. So when we get to that part, we can just keep rocking.
Baby. Because it's slate's rock and limestone's rock.
I know.
I get it.
Okay. In one of our previous videos, we talked about our squirrely little squirrels who like to come in the house and hide walnuts. For example, here is one on the scaffolding which Frank showed you. Well, I was on the hunt for some 3-inch screws, and we have them stashed all over the place for when we go to get the slate on Monday. Well, I came in Minnie Ball's room. I knew we had some up here on the mantle. So I opened this little thing to get some. The little squirrels managed to get this open, and lo and behold, a walnut. That was pretty funny, of all things. It's like an Easter egg hunt around here, but it's a walnut hunt instead. Okay, we are on another field trip today, back up here in Cincinnati getting some more slate. And we got a big boy here to get all of the slate in, and we're trying to open that garage door up right now. We have it kind of organized on what we want to do, but we're dealing with really tight quarters, so we'll get this going. Okay, Frank's building the pallets up so that Bertha can reach in here and get them. Those are the sides. We'll get 2 rows going this way.
Nope. Oh, of slate.
Of slate, yeah. 2 rows on each pallet, and then Bertha should be able to reach in here and get them. Any that are left will probably go on the other trailer that we have here. So that gives you an idea of what we're doing. Okay, there's our first pallet, just about finished, and we'll get the second one all set up. And we had to move the truck to let a lady out of her parking spot, but now we're back at it. Okay, we got that one all done. So now we continue on building the others, and we're stacking one at a time, just so we're not walking all over around the pallets as we make them. Okay, Frank is just now getting here with the U-Haul, and I got Bertha all ready for him, and we are going to offload the Slate. We are a little disappointed in the Slate because of the fact that we only got 1,500 all together. So we're a little disappointed in that. We thought we were going to get like 3,000, but we're still happy with the quality of the ones we did get. So there's Frank with the U-Haul. We thought we were going to have a truck full, but we didn't. Okay, this was how we ended up putting them. Frank secured them to the walls so that they wouldn't slide. But that is our 979 slates that we picked up today. Like I said, we were a little disappointed in the amount that we got, but we'll take what we got.
As we watch this clip of Carrie doing such an amazing job of getting Bertha into this little tight space and getting these pallets out, I want to explain why it looks like we don't have that many pallets of slate that we went up for. Well, we went up to get 3,000 slates, and so we built up 7 pallets. We were going to put 6 in this U-Haul, and we were going to put 1 on the trailer behind our little Kia. Well, once we got the first pallet built, we noticed that the pile in the garage was going down very quickly. So we did some quick calculations and some counting. Turns out they did not have 3,000 slates. He had in total 1,500 slates. So instead of bringing back what we thought was going to be almost 15,000 pounds of slate, we wound up bringing about a third of that back. So when we asked him, when we said, hey, you said you had 3,000 slates, he said, well, I guess I'm not really a lawyer, but you might should have counted them first. So we thought that was interesting. But Carrie did such a good job getting these pallets out of here, even though the battery runs out in a few seconds.
Of course, our battery died while we were unloading it, so you didn't get to see all of it, but here it is. That was one of the pallets. These were all barn, and then here's the other 2 right here. So, and that was the first batch right there that we got. So we're pretty excited. Now we just need one more batch. All for the old girl. Okay, we went on a field trip and picked up all this beautiful, it's not heart pine, it's second growth pine, meaning I believe it's the second cutting. Anyway, this is attic flooring. Kitten is checking out where we're gonna put it. What do you think, Kitten? So we're gonna put it in where we put the other flooring that we have for the powder room area. Okay, this is what we got on our field trip up to Ohio. This is second growth
pine, which matches what's in the attic.
Right, and this should be enough flooring where we have all that temporary flooring. This should be enough to cover that and patch all the holes. So this was a fantastic find. We are very excited about this. We are going to unload this into the music room where the flooring that we have for the powder room area is. but it's still just as pretty. And it's reclaimed out of an old house, I believe. So
In Detroit.
in Detroit, yes.
We didn't have to drive to Detroit, though.
No.
They had already picked it up out of Detroit.
Right. It has, there's a couple of nails that we've got to take care of in some of that, but for the most part, it is good as gold.
And it was square nails, too, so you know it was old.
Yeah, exactly. So from Detroit down to here in Kentucky.
They had termites in Detroit, too.
Yeah. Some of it we know is damaged, but for the most
We
part.
should be able to get it. We only really need, I think, 600 square feet, and he said there's around 800, so I think there's 600 of good stuff. We'll find out.
Yeah. But pretty. Really pretty. What do you think, kitten? Do you like the new flooring? You have inspected it already. Do you like it? Yeah. Yeah. Sweet girl. Yeah. All right. As we said, we're putting it here in the music room. This is the heart pine that we got for the powder room area. All nice and stacked out of the weather. It's in a flat area, so we thought we would do the same for that. Put it in here knowing it would be out of the weather. It would be on a flat surface so it won't warp or twist or anything like that. And we'll stack it like we did this one where it didn't interconnect. So we're very particular on how we want to stack the wood. And it will be on this part right here. So how many square feet is it actually, baby?
I don't know. My guess is around 600.
So we're still short a little bit then?
No, I think this is plenty. That's what at
Okay.
600. I mean, depends on how much is going to be good.
Yeah. But there it is, all nice and neat and stacked. It's kind of
Still
like,
got to go to the third floor, though.
that's what birth is for. So the great big long ones we have on the flooring that goes over there, but it's the right size to go in the attic. It's just kind of nice. So now we know that it's safe out of the weather and flat for the most part.
Isn't it nice that we now know that if it's inside, it's safe out of the weather? We couldn't have said that years ago.
That's true, because this room we've mopped more than once because it got sopping wet.
And that was just because we had the wall down. But I mean, even before that,
Right.
this room has gotten wet plenty of times before before it was our fault.
Yeah. So just another look. Not a perfect stacker, but it's just kind of nice to see all that flooring. Right, kitten? Yeah. Okay. Did I disturb you? Were you sleeping with your friends? Mia, were you sleeping? No. Busted, kitty cat. My little helper. Yeah. Go back to sleep, it's fine.